Hey guys, Tonic here. Today I want to show off a build that I've been working on for a very long time. It's going to be a pistol build, and it actually does put out some very good damage numbers, and it's just a ton of fun to mess around with. So with that being said, let's check it out. I want to start this off with a very quick showcase of the potential of this build. I'm just down at the White Springs taking on some ghouls, and as you can see, I'm putting over 400 damage into these ghouls while I'm in caution, and when I am detected, I am doing over 300, which is very strong for a pistol build. Pistols are kind of one of those things that a lot of people just don't really like. They don't try and use them because they are very weak compared to a lot of other things. They're not as effective. The reload time is slow, the ammo capacity is much lower, and overall, I mean, it's just not the most viable weapon, but with some fine tuning, you can get a very strong pistol build going. And also, if you do want to take on the James Bond approach or maybe the Hitman approach, you can do that. You can go and find a suppressed pistol pretty easily and put out some, again, just very solid damage numbers. The suppressed approach is actually very fun. You kind of do feel like a secret agent just roaming around the wasteland smoking things. It is just awesome. I really enjoyed this build. I really can't express that enough. This build is not meant to be a queen killing build or some just insane damage number build. It's just meant to be a build that is viable, will get you out of tough situations, will hopefully put out some more damage in the build that you are currently running, and at the same time provide a lot of enjoyment, because at the end of the day, that's what the game is all about, is enjoying the game. So with that being said, I do also want to mention that these weapons you can find in player vendors for extremely cheap. Like I said earlier, most people disregard pistols, so you can go and find them in player vendors for as low as 500 caps to maybe 2,000 caps for a god roll pistol. They are very cheap and just, again, very misunderstood. So go out there, find a really good pistol, and let's get talking about the perk cards. Now, I know that talking about perk cards can get pretty boring, and it's almost easier just to pause the video and look at them, so I'm going to run through these ones pretty quickly. So, running through them really quickly here, on the Barbarian one, we have just some extra damage resistance. On Bandolier, we only have it level 1 because pistol ammo is normally very light anyways. We have Tank Killer, we have Crack Shot, which is going to help your pistols get more accuracy while aiming. We have Concentrated Fire for VATS. Glow Sight, I only have it at level 1, but once you get my legendary perk cards up there, I will boost this up to full 3 stars. Ironclad for some more damage resistance. We have Tenderizer, we have Nerd Rage, Gunsmith. Modern Renegade is going to have more hip fire accuracy as well as a chance to cripple a limb with your pistols. Action Girl, we got Gunslinger, and another Gunslinger just for that pistol damage. We got Sneak, which is going to be helpful when you have that suppressed type of pistol. Bloodied Mess for your damage bonuses, better criticals for the criticals. Serendipity for Bloodied build. 4-Leaf Clover, it's kind of an oddball, but I find that it really helps. And we have Starch Genes for your mutations, as well as Crit Savvy for the criticals. Now, as far as my legendary perk cards go, these aren't really as leveled up as I'd like them to be because I am on my second character, which is only level 100, but you can still get the general gist of these. We have Far-Flung Fireworks, we have some quality of life stuff. Follow Through is the main one, especially for the sneak time when you have your suppressor on. This adds so much damage with those even little 10mm pistols. Sizzling Style, because I am wearing a matching armor set, and this will replace the Fireproof perk card for me. Legendary Endurance and Perception, I do want to get these up more so I can level up my perk cards more, but as of right now, this is all I got. So here are the mutations I have, and by no means do you need all of them. The main ones that you're going to need is Adrenal Reaction, you're going to need the Marsupial, Speed Demon, and Bird Bones. The Eagle Eyes is very helpful for your crits and your VATS, but when it comes to the Plague Walker, you don't really need that at all, and as well as Egghead, it's not really a necessity, it's just sort of there. And really quickly, I will show off the weapons that I'm using. This one right here is the 25-25 single action revolver. I paid 3,000 caps for this, and this is the heaviest hitter that I have. Right here is the one that I ran through the White Springs with. This is just a suppressed explosive 90% reduced weight 10mm. Very, very strong, and again, very cheap. I think that this one was 1,000 caps. And this one right here is my VATS pistol because it has a VATS bonus on there as well as a plus 10% damage while aiming. And this one again was very cheap. I think I got this one for 1,000 caps also. Now, it's not a build video without the West Tech run, and I do gotta say I'm pleasantly surprised with how well the revolvers performed. I am gonna run the revolvers for the first half of West Tech and then switch over to a suppressed pistol so you can see the difference in damage and playstyle and kind of choose your preference from right there. But I do also want to say that when I started trying to create this pistol build, I wanted to make it as easy and viable as possible. I tried everything from junkies to anti-armor to quads and so on and so forth. Nothing really seemed to make this build come together like a Bloodied weapon, and I know that some people have their issues with Bloodied builds, but you can still switch around some perk cards and go for a full health style of this build, but you will be sacrificing some damage. And when it does come to pistol builds, damage is very crucial. It's very hard to get maximum damage out of these things because there really isn't that much there to begin with. So I am sorry if you guys came here looking for something other than a Bloodied build. However, through my testing, I can definitely say that the second best option is a quad revolver. That was a ton of fun to mess around with. I did grab a few of them, and the really extra ammo capacity just made the world of difference. You had about 30 rounds in the cylinder. You could have so many rounds to put down range. For that lack of damage, you had 3 bullets to make up for it. but the only thing that it lacked that I really wanted was that time to kill. So when it comes to Scorched or Ghouls, the quad revolver will do just fine. It will still put out insanely good damage. However, when it comes to Super Mutants or Scorched Beast Queens, the stopping power just really isn't there. So right here is the exact same build but just using a suppressed weapon, and right off the bat you can notice that I'm in caution for a majority of the time, and that is due to my unyielding armor granting me all that extra agility. It acts pretty much as if you're in a stealth suit. Enemies really won't be able to see you, so you're almost always going to be getting double damage with your weapons. I also do want to point out that this is by no means the best pistol that you can get. You can go out there and get a suppressed Crusader pistol, which will just even shred enemies way more than this thing. However, it's just the fact that you have to get the plan through daily ops, and I was not able to get the plan on this character sadly, so I had to make do with what we had. And as always with my build videos, I like to try and show off the budget option, or at least somewhat of a budget option. This thing is actually probably going to be free if you ever try and get one. It's just a 1-star Bloodied pipe pistol. This is the lowest tier pistol that you can possibly get. It has only one mod on it, a calibrated receiver, and it takes out ghouls really quickly. It's still a decent weapon, and I actually do use it on smaller enemies like ghouls just because the ammo is so cheap for it. So you do not need all these fancy weapons. You don't need these crazy explosive 10mm pistols or these 25-25 revolvers. You can still pull this build off with a very basic weapon. Also, really quickly before I end this video, there is one perk card that I do kind of switch in and off very often. It's going to be the Modern Renegade perk and the Covert Operative perk. If I plan on using my revolvers and just being loud and not sneaking around anywhere, I'll use the Modern Renegade perk. However, if I do plan on going in with my suppressed pistol, I will put on the Covert Operative perk for that extra damage. So you can get both those perk cards and kind of switch them out based on the situation that you plan on putting yourself in. And when I do that, it does actually help out a lot, and it just makes life a little bit easier as a pistol build. So I hope that this video helps you guys become the cowboy gunslinger that you want to be in Fallout 76. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and as always, a massive thank you to all the channel members: Death93, Heather Henderson, Jaden James, Blackburn, Yosevated, Patrick Ruda, 23 Icefire, Jay Smith, Argent Deer, Bowser Devil Frang, Ice Cream Manny, Chris Decker, Robert Kennard, Theodore, Captain Awesome, Digital Aardvark, Lone Samurai OG, Diathan Gaming, Christy Mellon Schwitz. You guys are amazing. I love you guys, and have a good weekend.